Guys, this is ANCAP24 coming back with part 3 of the pistol ace formation scheme. Today we're going to look at motioning the left tight end to the right hand side. It's the Y. And basically showing you how we can set up the pass and run and whatnot. So let's get a look at it. First thing we're going to look at is the power O. This is going to set up some play action plays. And it's not our best run by any means, but it's definitely something that we want to do just to keep them honest. Move that leg guy from left to right. The guy that's really going to be the tough block here is that strong safety. The strong safety just moved in more to the left. That should bode well for us to keep it outside. See how he goes back and forth? The more he stays to the outside, the tougher it's going to be running. The run it to the outside, the more he's sucked into the inside, the better it is. So right now, you're going to see basically you get the kick out block because he was more inside. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for that guy to stay inside. Right now, he's lined up to the outside if you see it. Let's move our guy over and see if he does any adjustments. See, he's right now to the outside. Now he came in. You want to try to get the hike as close to the as possible for him to be in, for us to get the ball at the outside. And that's the type of run that you're looking. You want to set that power O up to go to the plays. Now, here's the play action plays off it. Now, we've got a couple different ways we run this. And it's going to be the PA power O. And let's go ahead and show it to you here. First way we can run it, and we're going to do the same motion every time, right? First way we're going to run it is basically allow for this hitch to the B receiver. You're going to hike it. You're going to cut off the play action really quickly, and you're going to throw it to the B receiver as soon as you can. So basically hike it, take it, throw it. And basically that's a 3 to 5 yard gain. It's something that you want to try maybe in short yardage situations, or you can use it as a base run type play. If you got somebody who can break some tackles, you can definitely go ahead, and sometimes if you time it right, you can get the ball up the field for 5 to 7 yards. But it's a quick hitter, it's a blitz speeder, it's something that will annoy the heck out of your opponent if they can't stop it. You know, anytime you see that there's coverage that's off like that, you can throw that ball and get yourself 4 to 5 yards. And I like to throw it in there just to kind of make your defense adjust. If you throw this a couple times early, and now they're going to start seeing this motion, you know, there's that play. You can get that animation a lot when you can turn it up field if you get the timing right. Okay, so that's the first option of it. The second option, what we're going to do is do the same motion, and we're going to put the A on a smart route, and then we're going to streak our Y receiver. Okay, and that is going to be able to, we can also do the hitch off of the same formation. So let me show that real quick. So you can go ahead and do the same hitch. It's not going to change any of the defensive routes, but what we can also do is here do the same thing. The Y on a streak, the A on a smart route, and what we're going to do is we're going to hit to that A receiver. On that corner, okay? So go here, cut it off, and now you're throwing it. Man, my guy had a really bad break there. Let's try it again here. My tight end's not as agile as I'd like him to be, but let's go ahead and do this. Cut this off, and there's the throw right there. Oh my goodness, Toilolo, he's walking in cement today. Let's try this again. Y, and let's get A on that here. You can see that he's open. I just got to get the throw down, and there's the throw. Alright, so that's how you get to the tight end to the corner on that play. Next play, what we're going to do is we're going to flip this, and we're going to put the X on a streak, and we're going to put the A on a streak, and we're going to motion the Y to the right hand side like we've been doing each time, and this time we're going to get to the crossing route to the B receiver here. So bake it there, and there's the cross route. It gets opened up, and so you can able to go back and forth with it. Before we're going to the right hand side when we did the motion, this time we're doing to the left hand side. So let's go show it to you again. This time it's flipped, You can go ahead and do the motion right away with the B receiver. Oh, sorry. Do the motion with the Y receiver. Put the... Oh, I got this all mixed up here. Let's get out of this. Alright, so first thing we want to do is we want to flip the play. Alright, so now move this guy from left to right, and then you're also going to put the X on a streak and the A on a streak. And since before we're going to the right hand side, we want to go ahead and get him to the left hand side. Go ahead here, and you're throwing that ball over to the corner and allowing him to get up the field. Alright, so those are the plays that we build off of the power O. Now we're going to go ahead and show the halfback counter. Show a couple different ways we can build off the halfback counter here. So let's go look at the halfback counter. Alright, we're going to leave it as is, and we want to go to the opposite side of which we motion first. Okay, so now it looks like it's overload to the right, which is what we want. So now we're going to fake to the right, go to the left. That's the idea of a counter. And with this, you should be able to, and you want to get inside that guy. I kind of made a bad read right there. The hole is going to be inside, not outside. Just the way the kick out block happens. And once you get inside it, then you want to kick it outside. That guy made a nice play backside, but let's go ahead and show it to you where we kind of get the way we want to show it here. So go ahead like this. We're going to go inside, then we're going to keep on running into that guy. So running about 4 or 5 yards, messing it up, but basically I want to show it to you the way it's intended here. So let everybody settle. Inside. Then we're going to go outside with it and get your yardage. Obviously, we're going to the non-stacked side, so you got less blockers over there. But when we do it right, we can definitely get the yardage. I'm having a, only getting 5 yards a pop right now, but I want to show that there is a home run threat if you run it correctly. And so far, I haven't been able to. It's a little bit better, but that's kind of what the ideal situation is. Cut it in, get it underneath that defensive end as he goes up the field, and then break it out from there. Okay, so that's the halfback counter. Now you can do it the opposite way. When we flip it, we can run it into the teeth of it, and that's just going to give you one extra blocker on the right-hand side here. And this time, you kind of have that one guy that I keep on getting held up on is the actual player that's the wide receiver. So you want to see what type of wide receiver you have as far as his blocking skills go. But you can see that this play can definitely go for some yardage if you get some blocking there. But you just want to mix it up. You want to make sure that you don't seem predictable. I got to go in the opposite way here. See if I can flip it. I can't flip it, but show it this way and show you that the halfback counter works really well. We just want them to, not know which direction we're going. And even if you don't get a whole lot of yards going to the right hand side, because it does get a little clustered, you do want to show that you can run it that way and get your yardage and whatnot from there. Alright, so let's go ahead and run this PA counter waggle, which is a play action off of the counter, and show what type of plays we can make off of it here. So here's the PA counter waggle. We're going to run this flipped though, okay? And let's go ahead and pick our defense here. And what we're going to do is put the X on a streak. Actually, hold up here. We're not. We're going to put the Y on a streak. Keep the X where he is. Put the Y on a streak and motion him to the right. Alright, so this play is going to go to the B receiver after we go ahead and do the play action, grasp ourselves, and we're throwing that post about 30 yards down. We don't want to throw it, wait too long on this throw because it does take a while to do it. But we're going to move this guy over, put him on a streak, move him over. And this is a nice option to do off of the fake because we're faking it to the side that looks like it's overloaded. Throw that post and get yourself about 30 to 35 yards. Alright, so next one we're going to do is we're going to show the strong power here. Um, we all know how to run the strong power. We've all run it before. Let's show it both ways to show that this is something we can build off of. So the first way we're going to do it is just taking the overload to the right. I like to cut the strong power inside. I don't like to run it to the outside. I feel like there's a little bit less commotion there. And get yourself yardage in there. If you can kind of feel it out, you can kind of bounce it out once you've gone to the inside. But generally speaking, I'm looking to go the inside before I'm looking to go to the outside here. So, you know, kind of that's the hole that you're looking for. Get yourself 10-15 yards. If you can get a user that over pursues, that's where you get your big yardage on it. But going against a stock computer, you're going to see that those are your yardages right there in the middle. So that's how it is straight up. Let's go ahead and run it flipped. Alright, but we still want to do the same motion. And we'll see how we can run it to the weak side here. And see how there's more room to the weak side. Because you're going up against less players with the pulling guards. So, oh man, I didn't flip it here. Let's flip it again. I prefer this to go to the weak side flipped, so that's why it's one of those good plays where if you can run the power out to the right, get them thinking that you're going to go to that side, then you come inside here and you're able to get around and use your speed and whatnot to get the ball to the weak side. So that's how I like to run the strong power, more to the flip side, to the weak side, but you want to run it both ways just to give your opponent the ability to not know where you're going with the ball. You know, if you just run it one way, then you're going to be able to key in which way you're going to go. So that's how I like to run that play. Now let's go ahead and look at some pass plays that we kind of run here. Let's go look at the corner post. Alright, so the corner post, we're going to run it first regular, then we'll show it flipped. Alright, on the regular way, you want to take the A, put him on a slant, and you want to motion the Y receiver to the right, like we've been doing, and then we're going to put him on an in. Okay, so basically the slant and the in is going to see where the guy has a C over his head. He's the guy that, oh, now it moved, but the guy in the middle, to the right-hand side, is the guy that we're keying off, and we're going to try to get to the B receiver here. We want those guys to get sucked in. So those guys get sucked in, throw into the B receiver right there. That's what the in and the slant does, is be able to get that guy open. Okay, so let's go ahead and show it again. Put this guy here to the right, put him on in, put the A on a slant. We're trying to suck in those linebackers to get it to the B. That time it didn't get sucked in, but so you wait. Oh, I forgot to show you that. That guy's going to be in the way on the in thing. There's two ways to throw this ball. If they get sucked in, you're going to throw it like it did the first time. If they don't get sucked in, you want to wait until you can split the linebackers. Okay. Now, normally I put the running back on a block because he does get in the way of this throw. You still get the catch, but if you're looking for 5 to 7 yards for the first down, you don't. This is a terrible angle. What am I doing here? All right, so here's the throw right here. You want to throw it where you split the linebackers, okay? So I'm throwing it right there. The guy's going to be open for the catch, but that running back steals that ball all the time. So you're going to get your 5 to 7 there, but if you're looking for the 10-yard first down, that's going to get annoying. So if you don't, if you need the yardage, make sure you put him on a blocking pattern. So let's go ahead and show that to you again, where in case they don't get sucked in. So we're going to put the A on a slant, the B on an in. Let's go ahead and block our running back. And we're looking for the suck in. If it's not sucked in, you have to wait a half a second longer and split the two linebackers for the catch. Okay. So right here, they got sucked in. We know it's going to be a good easy throw. We're going to go ahead and do it. Let's go and run it again. So hopefully we can get the sucked in, the non-sucked in motion. So that way, you can go ahead and see what I'm talking about splitting them. If not, we'll just go ahead and move on here. So A on a slant, Y on the in. Put the running back on a block. Okay, this time it got sucked in again, so we're going to be able to throw that ball. I just hit through a bad timing there. So that's the way that works. Let's go ahead and flip it though. And now we're going to look at it a different way. Flipped, this is where it looks. what we're going to do is we'll put the Y on a fade route, okay? And then we're going to motion him over. So we're going to do that same motion that we've been consistent with. And that's all we're going to do. What that's going to do is it's going to free up. I'm going to block the running back to you. It's going to free up your B receiver on that C route. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this here. And that C route's right there. Normally that one guy will go ahead and jump that other route quicker, so you don't have to make, oh, I don't have this on a flipped here. Normally that one strong safety is going to jump that A route a little bit quicker. He didn't that time, but we still got it to the B. Let's see if we can get him to jump a little bit quicker. The faster he jumps it, the more opportunity you're going to have for an open throw. So let's go ahead and, because right now it's, oh, let's see here. Let's flip it. Okay, here's what we want. Move this guy over, put him on a fade. And this works against cover 3 and cover 2. Not so much cover 4, but kind of been showing you don't get a lot of cover 4 on pistol ace because you got the 2 tight end set. You would just run the ball down their throat if you saw cover 4. So here you go. You want the guy to get jumped, so he doesn't jump it as quickly there. You still got the throw, and the throw is going to be there, but the guy, maybe I just need to put the guy on a flat here. So let's put the, if I put the A on the flat, I think it's going to help out because that flat, if you saw it, was a weird angle out there. Alright. So, I mean, the play's there all day. It's just not having the success. That the one strong safety must have a really good play recognition because he's not jumping that flat as well as you did. So the hole's a little bit smaller, but that play will work for you. And against lesser strong safeties, you're going to have more of a opportunity to have a easier throw. So let's go ahead and look at the trap now. The way I like to run the trap is I like to run it flipped. But let's go ahead and show it to you here. So let's flip it right away and put it to the right hand side, and because you're moving this guy from right to left, right? Now on the flap, what I like to try to do is try to run this as a trap counter type deal. As soon as I get the ball, after I take my first initial step up, I'm trying to cut it straight to the left hand side and be able to follow that one lead guard and be able to catch the ball, get the run to the left. So let's see if I can show it to you right here, and then go to the left hand side. You've got a wall of blockers like that. Instead of trying to go inside with it, I try to go to the left of it, and those guys seem to seal off their blocks a little bit better. So in, now I'm going, see that one guy got in there that time, but let's see if I can show you the consistency of it here. So move this guy here from right to left. Okay, what that one linebacker is doing is normally, let's see if I can flip it here. See, if I do the flip, it doesn't work as well to me because that guy's right there, and you can't get to the right hand side. So that's why I always run it flipped like this side, to the right hand side when I do this motion. And that middle linebacker, you want to watch him. Right now he's to the right hand side. You're going to have more success. And that's the one guy that you're going to go ahead and you're really doing a one-on-one with. You're trying to get him blocked. So that middle linebacker, he's shifting back and forth. He's really the guy that we need to try to get blocked. See how that time we got him blocked by the guy to the right? I think what you have to do is kind of start off a little bit slower. Let's see if we can show it to you a little bit better here. That middle linebacker is the one guy that can make the play when we make this cutback. So if we start off a little bit slower, he can get sucked in. So don't try to come out with any type of speed. Come out a little bit slower, and that'll give you the opportunity to have him get held up. So that's what I did right on the first time, but I hadn't done after that. I'll start a little bit slower. Now that he's got the hung up, you have that ability to kind of get around. So sometimes it's just a matter of running at the right pace in order to happen. Now, you know, a lot of players use the middle linebacker as their user player, and that will defeat this. You can kind of run it any way you want because that guy will get sucked up no matter what. But against the computer, you want him to get sucked up and be able to cut that to the left-hand side on the trap. Alright, so the last play we're going to look at for this type of motion is going to be the wide receiver screen. And let's go ahead and show that to you here. Alright, so we're going to run this two different ways. On the first way, we're just going to go ahead and motion this guy and put him on a fade. When we do that, the fade's going to hold that strong safety and that cornerback a little bit further away from that wide receiver, give him a little bit more room to catch the ball and get up the field. So it's really nice that we have a wide receiver screen on this formation due to the fact that if you run that early or run it, it's just another headache for them to worry about. So go ahead and run here, and then we get our blocks up the field and get our play. Alright, so that's the way I run that with the screen. Put him on a fade, go this way. If you can wait a little bit longer, sometimes it opens up a little bit more for you. That time I got a bad animation. What I tend to do, because I hate this animation sometimes, if I put my guy on a smoke screen on certain plays, just redo him as a smoke screen rather than the auto screen. I feel like he's get a better motion out. See, that guy can, even though they'll jump the route better, but as long as you get the blocks, that guy can turn the ball upfield a little bit better. I don't like it on every screen, but I do like it on some screens because of the fact that you don't. It's more of a safe route per se, to where. So watch, I put this guy on a smoke screen. You're gonna get that guy to jump that route a little bit more, but as long as you get the blocks. Oh, he got in the way that time. You should be able to turn the ball upfield, but that's just a different tip to try on other things. But let's just go ahead and run it the way it's intended, which is to leave the screen the way it is, put the wide there, take your time on the throw, and then get it upfield and get your yardage. You know, and even if you don't get the home run, just putting that in the back of their mind will definitely make them adjust their defenses. All right, and the other way we're going to do it, we're going to flip this play. Okay, so see how the screen's now on the left-hand side. I want to do the same motion with your wide receiver. Okay, and what we're going to do now is take the B and put him on a smoke screen, and we're going to take the Y and put him on a streak. Okay, see that situation right there? And we're going to throw this ball to the slant out to the A. Okay, you still have the screen to the X receiver. That's a built-in screen. You still got somebody going that way. And you can also use the running back in a wheel route to the left with this and do a screen to the left. So you got both options. You got a lot of options here if you want to run it this way too. But the idea of it is to leave just to get to the A receiver here. So this goes here, does the slant out, and there's the throw. I like this a lot on a red zone play. Let's go ahead and show it to you here. So move this guy over, put him on a streak, put the B on a smoke screen. We're going to go to that slant out, and right there. Like I said, that's a nice play, especially if you got a really good tight end to use in the red zone. You know, be able to use that play, kind of like a fade type play. Did I flip it yet? I don't think I flipped it. No. Alright. What's going on here? Yeah. Move this guy here. Like that. And just the way I use this a lot for not two-point conversion, but for a red zone type play to where to get it in. And my tight end's not that great. If you had a tight end that's worth using a little bit better, it's definitely a play that will free him up a little bit more. And a lot of times I try to throw that ball. That time I got picked. I usually try to throw that ball as a jump ball if I get a little bit more yardage. I think I was a little too close there, so let's try it here. See if show it a little bit better of what I'm talking about in the red zone. So, and it usually frees up right about there. If I can lob it a little bit more, usually get that catch. But let's go ahead and just back it up a little bit and just show you the other options on this play. Once you see that they're doing the slant out, you can go ahead and kind of mess with them a little bit. Have the same setup. Like I said, go the X, put the RB on the wheel. Now you got a single. I didn't get him on that play there. That time what ended up happening was the guy got blocked there, but go ahead and move this guy over. You still got the X on the screen. It's just not my favorite. See how nobody gets over there? Because that guy got blocked. I want to show that to you. Alright. On the left-hand side, watch. What happens when you move that tight end? This guy here, this left guy got held up by that defensive end. If that guy doesn't get over, everything's messed up. It's all screwed up. So unfortunately, when that happens, you know, your screen's blown up and you have to go to the right-hand side. So if that guy gets out, you've got a nice screen play because you're really only going one-on-one. If you see it, if that defensive end goes in, then number 72 grabs that linebacker, and you've got a really nice screenplay going where you see 63 is going to hit up that one guy, so it's kind of a one-on-one situation. But if he gets held up right there and your original thought was go to that screen, you want to shift your focus back to the tight end who's going to be open that way. All right, so I'll kind of show it to you. If you're thinking you're going to go do the screen to the left, you move this guy over, put him on a streak, put the B on the smoke screen, and you're looking to the X. What your first thing you're doing is you're looking at that defensive end on the left-hand side, and that left tackle. Can the left tackle get around? If the left tackle doesn't, then you're going to the A receiver. If he does, you can go to the X. So let's see here. Right there, he does not get through there, so you're throwing it to the X receiver. That's the read on that when you want to try to get the screen to the left. Right now, because of the formation I've called, you can see that that defensive end is at least 1.5 yards left of that. There's about 1.5 yards left of that tackle, so he's not in a good position right now. I gotta switch this up here. He's not in a good position right now to go ahead and what's going on here? I need to flip it. Alright, so he's not in a good position right now to get off of that block, so that's why you want to look at the right guys. That's your backup route. So hopefully get around here. That time he didn't again, so we're throwing it to that A receiver. So that's the read. Let me see if I can change up the defense so I can show it to you here. Him getting out, because he does get out, just not on the defense I called. Let's see if I can find a different defense here. First off, let's call the wide receiver screen flipped, and let's call to the 4-6. He's going to be outside. 4-3 over. That's the wide. Let's see if we can get the 4-3 over, where you're going against the linebacker. Alright, so move this guy over. Let's see if we can get this to work this way. And get the screen out. See, that time he did get around it, but that linebacker got him. It does work against like cover 3 drops and some other different things where you can get that guy out there, but just so you know, if you're trying to get to that screen to the left, that's what's going to happen when you do the motion. If you don't do the motion, obviously it's going to work, you know, because that guy's going to get out. You got 2 guys over there, and you got the screen without it. But right now, we're just teaching you for the formation scheme is to make the left guy go over, and I've had success over it in the past, but to be honest, I don't remember what people were calling when I was having it, or the user doesn't do it. But if this is the case, check to see the left. If the guy doesn't get to where you want him to go, you're throwing it to that A receiver anyways, right? So, all right, I'm going to call this video a wrap here. This is the part 3 of the pistol ace formation, which is basically motioning the wide tight end here from left to right. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this section of it. We're going to come back with part 4, which is basically just normal, no motion, nothing, just basically